North Carolina, do we love it? Beautiful. Beautiful. So here's the story. We have to decide. They said, would you like to come out now, Mr. Trump, or wait 10 minutes? There are thousands of people outside. Just like that's filled up, this is getting filled up as we speak. Should I wait or should we start now? Start. We're going to send away 4,000 people. That's not good. Anybody want to give up your spot? No. So I want to thank everybody. This is incredible. You know, we had an incredible night last night, right? And even the very, very dishonest media, these are the most dishonest human beings. And even the ones that truly dislike me, of which there are many, they said Trump had a very, very big evening. And we did. We had an amazing evening. And I'll tell you what, Mississippi, those people were incredible. Michigan, the Michigan people, I said, trust me. You know, a lot of their business has been taken away, folks. It's been taken away. Like it's been taken away down here. It's been taken away all over the place. And then I got up in the morning and I said, oh, wow, Hawaii. We won Hawaii, too. That's beautiful. Beautiful place. We have a big hotel in Hawaii. It's just one of the most beautiful places. So I just want to thank the people of those three places are spectacular, and they get it. And we didn't win by a little bit. We won by landslides. Landslide. Mississippi, Michigan, Hawaii, thank you all very much. You know, it's sort of interesting because Lion Ted Cruz came up and he said, I'm the only one that can beat Donald Trump. I'm the only one. And you know, it's sort of... He doesn't know how to win. He doesn't know how to win. And it's sort of funny. He'll say, I beat him a couple of times before. He's always saying, and he'll come in with the Bible. And I'm a great Christian, but he'll come in with the Bible and he'll hold it up high. Lion Ted Cruz, he'll put the Bible down, then he'll lie. And I say, what are you doing? He lies. I've never seen anything like it. But here's what's happened. Hello. Uh-oh. 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 So early. So early. All right, get him out. Thank you. We're going to have such fun. We're going to have such fun tonight. Get them out. Thank you. Do we love our police? Our police are great. Huh? We love it. First of all, I want to welcome all of the people, the incredible military talent, and it is talent indeed, from Fort Bragg. Where's Fort Bragg? Come on. Fort Bragg, that's tough stuff. They do a great job, but the military, amazing. So here's what we've done. We started off, and on June 16th, came down the escalator, and I've never done this stuff before, folks, in all fairness. You know, one person did. Hello. Hello. Get him out. Thank you. Get him out. Oh. Get out of here. Go home to mom. Nasty. Nasty. Why are they allowed to do things that we're not allowed to do? Can you explain that to me? Really a disgrace. All right. So we started out on June 16th. And since then, just about since then, we've been, and I say we, it's not me, it's you, it's all of us together. We've been number one almost right from the beginning. And look at that list. We've won since then, and in most cases by landslides, New Hampshire, South Carolina, Nevada, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Virginia, Vermont, Arkansas, Massachusetts, home of Tom Brady, You know, we got a big vote in Massachusetts, but, you know, Tom Brady said great things about me. Tom Brady likes me, and I like Tom Brady. And in Massachusetts, you can't do better than Tom Brady. Do we agree? And by the way, he's a great guy. Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, Mississippi, and Hawaii. Wow. So we've been winning a lot, and now this week we have Florida, which is an amazing place. You know, I mean, it's going to be amazing. And we, as you know, we have Ohio, where you have an absentee governor. Absentee. And we're going to have, I think we're going to do great in Ohio. We'll do great, great, great in Ohio. And we have, who else do we have? We have North Carolina, right? And we have Illinois. Now we're gonna have a big. I think we're gonna have a fantastic week, and we're gonna see. Is there somebody disturbing us up here? Where? So new ratings came out and new polls came out today, and it didn't include last night because that was, you know, pretty late in the morning. Although I will say this, in Michigan, it was like instantaneous. They opened at 8. They said, we have a projected winner. Mississippi, the same thing, and Hawaii, the same thing, but that was 5 hours later, so that was good. But the new polls came out, and we're winning in Florida big league, like by a lot. We're doing really well here. And a lot of you, I don't know if you know, I have a lot of people that work for me in North Carolina by Lake Norman. We know Lake Norman. And we have a great, and I'm probably the only presidential candidate that ever came here that can say, I employ a lot of people in North Carolina, and we take care of those people. So it's really fantastic. I just want to go over a few things, and it's so good to be with you. A friend of mine came up to me, very successful guy. He said, how do you do this in front of all these people? You don't read speeches. You don't have teleprompters. How do you do it? This guy is worth a fortune. I'd use him as one of the people to negotiate against China, Japan, Mexico. I could name country. I could go on all night long with the countries that are taking advantage of us because we have nobody to protect us. And we're going to protect our jobs, and we're going to protect our factories. We're going to protect our people. We're not going to let this happen anymore. You know, Carrier just announced they're moving to Mexico. And they're going to make air conditioners. And they're going to sell the air conditioners back to us. We have 1,400 people that were let go, great people. I saw them. Somebody had the iPhone going. So they let go of 1,400 people. And, folks, it's not going to happen like this anymore. They're going to go into Mexico. They're going to make air conditioners. They're going to sell them right through the border because, you know, by that time, if I have it, we're going to have a very, very big and powerful wall. We're going to have a wall. We're going to have a real wall. And who's going to pay for the wall? Who? So... no, we are. We're going to have a serious wall. We're going to have a real wall. We're going to stop the drugs from pouring into this country. Like we're garbage, they treat us. Like we're garbage. We're going to stop the drugs from pouring in. You know, when I was up in New Hampshire, and they were the first ones, they treated me so incredibly. And we won by a landslide. And people were saying, what's going on here? Because I was about to say before, I've never done this before. I'm not a professional politician. I'm running against people that have run for office their whole lives. And I was told it's tough, and it is tough. And I was told if you're a very successful person, you can't do this. And it is a sort of a weird kind of a thing. But I told my friend, I said, when I make speeches, there's so much love in the room, it's easy, number one. There's so much love in these rooms. It's easy. It really is. It's easy. And you can help people. So I told the people of North Carolina, which was a big thing to me, I'd go and I'd see these magnificent woods and the beautiful little roads going through valleys and lakes, and everything was beautiful. And the biggest problem they have is heroin. And I'd go to meetings and I'd say, what's your biggest problem? We have a tremendous drug problem, they'd say. And I'd say, really? And after 2 months of this, I said, we're going to fix this problem. We're going to stop it. And the drugs come from the southern border, and they go up there, and it's like selling water. And they have so many people addicted. And it's all over. You have it too. We all have it. But for some reason, we all have it all over this country. For some reason, New Hampshire has it where it's like the single biggest problem. And it's just poisoning their youth and other people. And I told them, I said, we're going to get that problem solved, folks. We're going to get that problem solved. And I mean that. When I first came down and I rode the escalator with my wife, I took a deep breath, because it takes guts to do this, believe me. To run for president, it takes guts. Especially when you've never done it before. I've done a lot of things. You know, I filed papers with federal elections. I built a massive company. Believe me, and if it wasn't, you would have been reading about it from these characters. We built a massive company. Oh, no. Isn't this exciting? Don't you love it? I love it. I love it. Look at those cameras. Look at how they turn. Look at those cameras turn. Go ahead, follow them all the way up now, cameras. Wow. What a crowd. Wow. Look. Total sellout there. Look at what's happening behind. Thousands of people are coming in here. Look up behind. Look at those bleachers. Look at that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, we love you. I actually love the people that are furthest away the best. You know that? But, you know, to show you, and to show you how bad it is, I had a little fun a few times. And I said, do you love Trump? And the place goes crazy. Look, and I'm really you. I'm representing you. I'm your messenger, believe me. This isn't about me. This isn't about me. And we were in a couple of different places recently where we had crowds like this. They're all like, I mean, we have massive amounts of people. And I said, do you love Trump? And they said, yes. I said, are you going to vote for Trump? Now, don't forget, you vote on Tuesday. You vote on Tuesday. But, and this was disgusting, and I actually had a big reporter tell me today it was the most disgusting thing they've ever seen. So I said, and we're having fun, and we're talking. Don't forget, the subject isn't fun, because the country is doing lousy, okay? But we are having as much fun as you can have with a bad subject, right? But the subject is going to be good, because it's Make America Great Again, and that's a positive message, not a negative message. Remember that. So it's a positive message. But this crowd was really effusive, and there was a lot of love in the room. And I said, so do you love Trump? Yeah. I said, do you promise you're going to vote for me? And they said, thank you. I love you too, darling. Look. Thank you. I love you. See? Hispanics for Trump. They love Trump. We have that. We're winning every poll with the Hispanics, so it's bad. But, you know, so I'm in the room. And I say, you love Trump? Yeah. We have a big elections. It's on Tuesday. You have to get out, by the way. Speaking of that, on Tuesday, please go out and vote. So I said, if you really love Trump, raise your right hand. And they raised their hand. I said, do you swear that you're going to vote for Trump? And they all laughing and having fun, and they swore. And that was the end of that. We all had a good time. I said, I won't even hold you to it. You saw that. I won't even hold you to it. But everybody raised their hand. The next day on the Today Show, and they said, it reminded us of Hitler. It was Nazi. It was this. No, think of it. These people, they're the most dishonest people in the world. They said, and by the way, you had to see these hands. The hands were like this. The hands were like that. They were opened up. They were having fun. And the next day, they said, we got a call, like 2 nights later. Does that have anything to do with Nazi Germany? I said, are these people crazy? And then they had it on the Today Show. And actually, a very good and actually a liberal reporter said to me today, that was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen as a journalist when they tried to make that look like that. So I just want to tell you folks, I love you. I probably won't ask you to pledge that you'll vote for me because they'll say that it was a horrible thing. You want to do it? Okay. State your name. Do you pledge, thank you, do you pledge that on Tuesday you will go and we will make America great again and you will vote for Donald Trump? Yes? Thank you, everybody. We love you. Special people. Special people. And that's done in fun, and we'll have fun. But, you know, we're not going to just play games. We are going to make America great again, by the way. We are seriously going to make America great again. Oh, that's all right. Get out. Get out. Get out. Look at those cameras turn. Look at those cameras turn. They're like pretzels. They are like pretzels. I love the protesters. You know, the only way, now everybody's talking about how massive these crowds are. The only way they find out about the crowds, the only way is with the protesters, right? The only way. So I just want to thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you to the police. Great job. It's amazing. It is amazing. You know, the funny thing is, what do we really want? We want to have a good home for our family. We want security. We want a good military. We want to take care of our vets. We want education. We want to get rid of Common Core, bring it back locally, right? So important. And, you know, you'd think that people would say, you want to have a good living. You want to have a job. We don't have our jobs. Our jobs are being shipped away. Our jobs, our good jobs, are being all shipped away. And when you think of it, we all want the same thing, including these couple of characters that get shipped out of here. And the sad part is, they're like individuals. You ever notice it's one here, one there? And tomorrow you'll read in the paper, Trump has protests. Ah, look, an individual. Just an individual. So, see, in the good old days, this doesn't happen. What's more fun than a Trump rally, right? In the good old days, this doesn't happen because they used to treat them very, very rough. And when they protested once, you know, they would not do it again so easily. But today they walk in and they put their hand up and they put the wrong finger in the air at everybody and they get away with murder. Because we've become weak, and we really have become weak. Just like our military, we've got to take care of ISIS, folks. We got to knock them out. We got to knock them out. We got to knock them out. You know, you may have seen that they were asking during one of the debates, they were asking about Ted Cruz. They called on Ted Cruz, and they talked about waterboarding. And they said, what do you think about waterboarding, essentially? And he didn't want to answer the question because he thought it was like, you know, maybe controversial and he was not so good. Not so good. And then they turned to me, what do you think? I said, I'm 100% in favor of it. 100%. 100%. And, you know, we have to stay within the laws. Now, we have laws, right? They don't have laws. You think ISIS has laws? Do you think ISIS says, oh, well, we're not allowed to cut off heads anymore. We're not allowed to drown people in these massive steel cages where 40, 50, 60 people, they dump it and they pull it up a half an hour later with 50 people and they're dead, right? Do you think they sit back and talk about the laws? Do you think they sit back and talk about, well, waterboarding may be a little bit tough. It may be a little, I don't think so, folks. You know, if we're going to win these things, we got to fight them on a very, very much more level playing field, or you're not going to do anything. You're not going to do anything. So we have to expand our laws, and we have to do what we have to do. We have to do what we have to do. You see what he's gotten written on his very dirty undershirt? Did you see? It says, love is the answer. And in a certain way, he's right. Love is a great thing. Love is the answer he's got written. I wonder who makes with love there. I forget it. All right. So let me just tell you, folks, we've got a lot of problems. We've got $19 trillion in debt. We've got our jobs are disappearing. One of the reasons I did so well in Michigan, it was well beyond the polls, well beyond what anybody expected. It was a landslide. And Mississippi, our jobs are being taken away from us. We're going to stop it. We're not going to let it happen anymore, folks. We're not going to let it happen. We cannot be the stupid people anymore. We're not going to be the stupid people. We're not going to allow it to happen. So with Carrier, I would call Carrier. And I would say, as president, you know, some people would say, well, he's not acting presidential. Let me tell you, smart guy, great schools, great everything. I can be the most presidential person that you've ever seen. But we got to get to business. So it's not presidential for me to call Carrier. So I'd probably have one of my many friends that are great, great negotiators. But you don't even need it. You call up Carrier and you say to them, and this could pertain to Ford, it could pertain to Nabisco. It could pertain to so many people, so many people. You know, she was with the last guy. You know that, right? They're together. They're a couple. A beautiful couple. A real beauty. That's a beautiful couple, folks. Okay. It's really sad. So what I do with Carrier, I would call him, and enough with free trade. I'm a free trader. But to have free trade, we need smart people at our helm. We need smart people at the top. We don't have smart people. We don't have hard-working people. We have people that don't know what the hell they're doing, all right? So I'm a very conservative guy in many ways, and frankly, I like to say I'm common sense conservative. And a lot of the so-called conservative, I remember Jeb Bush would say, he is not a conservative. And I say, why? I'm conservative with the military. I'm conservative with ISIS. You're going to knock the hell out of them. I'm conservative. I'm conservative at the borders. There's nobody like me at the borders. Believe me, Sheriff Joe Arpaio came to the borders and he endorsed me. So when Sheriff Joe from Arizona endorses, and by the way, I've had some great endorsements. I've had some great. Jerry Falwell Jr., Liberty University endorsed me. He has been so great. And I'm leading Lion Ted Cruz. I'm leading him big league with the evangelicals. I love the evangelicals, my people. Lion Ted. You know, don't forget, Lion Ted was supposed to win Mississippi. He was supposed to win Alabama. He was supposed to win all of these places. Heavy evangelical. He was supposed to win South Carolina. It started there. But they don't like liars. They don't like liars. And I am a truthful person, I will say that. Maybe truthful to a fault, but I am a truthful person. So I would call I'd love to do it myself. I know I'm supposed to have somebody do it. And you might even have a rule. You cannot call yourself Mr. President. But you know what? Honestly, it'll take me about 2 minutes. So I call up. I get the head of carrier. Where do these people come from? Honestly, she looks so meek, and she looks actually very nice, just like she stands up. She doesn't know what she's doing. She just stands up, and everyone goes crazy. I think, if they want to just stand up, let them stand. Who cares? No, they're blocking somebody's view. We can't have that. We can't have that. So I'd call the head of carrier, and I'll say, let me just tell you something. Enjoy your stay in Mexico. I hope you build a beautiful place. I hope you have some wonderful workers. But here's the story. 1,400 people were let go. They're without jobs. They're taking part-time jobs. They've been with you for many years. They've done a great job for Carrier. Carrier makes good air conditioners, right? I buy a lot. I won't be buying them anymore. But here's the story. Every single time you make an air conditioning unit and you send it through our borders, which now are going to be real borders, by the way, we will charge you 35% tax as sure as you're sitting there. Now, here's what happens. Little Marco would say, I think he's gone, but who knows? You never know. But Marco, they hate him in Florida. I want to tell you, in Florida, he doesn't show up to vote. They elected a senator, and he's got the worst voting record in the last 15, 20 years in the United States Senate. What kind of a representative? Who wants to vote for him? I mean, if I don't beat Marco in Florida, because Florida's my place. I love Florida. I employ thousands of people in Florida. Florida's my place. But he's totally in favor of amnesty, all the things that you don't like. So it's one of those things. But I don't think he's going to do very well. But here's the problem. Lion Ted and Little Marco, they have one problem. Little Marco, by the way, is a choke artist. Remember when Chris Christie cross-examined him, and I thought I had to hold him up with this powerful hand. I thought I have to grab him. He was ready to go. He was ready to go. He talked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought he was ready to go. Okay. But I'd call him up, and I'd say 35%. Now, if one of these guys, or Hillary, Hillary, we can't have four. We're not going to have a country left if we have Hillary. Can you imagine? She is, first of all, she shouldn't be allowed to run, okay? She shouldn't. She should not be allowed to run. Shouldn't be allowed. This is amazing. It's so great, though. It's so great. How big is the crowd? What do we have here today? 14, 15,000, right? 15,000. I'm telling you, I used to go home and my wife would say to me, how big was your crowd? I said, did you watch on television? Yes, but they never leave your face. She said, it sounded like a lot. And I'd say, 21,000 people. She said, really? I said, but didn't they show the crowd? Never. With the protesters, they show the crowd. I love my protesters. I really do. They show the crowd. You know why? Because it's supposed to be trouble. It's supposed to be a bad thing. It's not actually a bad thing, but it's supposed to be. And this way they turn. And I tell people, for 5 events in a row, I thought the cameras were fixed. I figured maybe it's new equipment, they can't turn, right? And then we had a protester way up in a corner, and one camera was turned upside down and backwards like a pretzel. And I said they can turn. So we love our protesters. So here's what's going to happen. They will be called by their lobbyist, who takes care of them, by their special interests, who take care of them, or by their donors, and say, you have to let carriers sell to the United States. You can't charge them a tax. And I'll tell you what. Every one of these people is taken care of 100%. Now, here's what happens with Trump. I'll be called by a couple of people, but I'm self-funding. I'm putting up my own money. I'm not taking money, right? I'm not taking money. I've turned down millions and millions. I've turned down one man for $10 million. They want to put up money. Don, please, let me give you money. And a lot of them are good people. They're friends of mine. One of them comes up every month. He sees me. Very rich guy from Palm Beach, Florida. He goes, Don, I'd really like to give you anything you want, many millions, whatever you want. And I keep telling him, no. His name is Howard, great guy. I say, Howard, no, I'm doing my own. I don't want. And he's looking like he doesn't even understand. Why? Like, why? I say, really? I don't want the influence. I don't want the perception. I'm doing my own. Then the next month I see him. Don, are you serious? I'd like to do it. Those are the most gentle protesters I've ever seen. The police went for her and she started running out of the building and they didn't even touch her. She started running out of the building. The police never touched her. And tomorrow she's suing the police for police brutality. So I'll say to the head of carrier, I'm sorry, you're going to pay that 35% tax, and my friends there will call, or people will call, or lobbyists will call. They didn't give me anything, and I'll say you pay it. Here's what's going to happen. Within 24 hours, the head of carrier is going to call me, and he's going to say, Mr. President, we've decided to stay in the United States. That's what's going to happen, folks. It's the only way you're going to keep your business. It's the only way you're going to keep your businesses. Now, some of these foolish people, they're fools. From the National Review, they say that's not pure conservatism. And I may agree, I may not agree. It's what it's called is smart business. We need smart business. We can't continue to lose. We can't continue as a country to lose $500 billion a year with China, hundreds of billions of dollars with Japan, sending their cars in by the millions. We can't lose $58 billion a year with Mexico. And then we saw Vicente Fox, the ex-president of Mexico. He used a word that if I would have used that word, I'd be right now getting prepared by them for the electric chair, right? He threw out the F-bomb, and he said, there's no way we're going to pay for the you-know-what wall. Now, he's come a long way, because a year ago he said, there's no way we're going to build the wall. Now he accepts the wall is going to be built. That's okay. That's okay. I love that. That's good. Are you from Mexico? Peru? I love Peru. That's good. Hey, Eric, give me that sign, Eric. I like that sign. Great. Beautiful. Look at all the people that have moved in up there. Isn't that a beautiful sight? Another 10 minutes, they'll be full and we'll be out of here. That's sort of the way it works. So he has the Great Wall of Trump. Is that beautiful? Thank you. That's done with love, man. Thank you. I'll sign it. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. That's really nice. I can't believe it. He put that sign up, and everyone went crazy. They thought he was a protester. He's just a very good-looking guy who happens to have some talent. Thank you, man. It's very cute. Thank you. And speaking of good-looking guys, my son is here. Eric, come up here. Come on, get up here. And Laura, his wife. Come here, Eric.
Well, we are so proud of this man. He is going to do such an amazing job for this country. We could not be more proud. He has been the greatest father in the world to me. I love him to death. He's my best friend. He is just the greatest. So thank you very much, North Carolina. My better half right here. My better half right here is from Wilmington. So we have North Carolina in our blood. We love it here. We're here all the time. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's wonderful to have good, young, beautiful children, I will tell you, that work hard. We want them to work hard, right? So we're going to straighten things out. Now, one of the things they did yesterday when they're leaving, they asked questions. And the question was, why Trump? Why? What's going on? What's happening? Why is it? And the people said they're fed up. Troublemakers. You know what they do? They meet beforehand. They all take different sections. Troublemakers. Just professional troublemakers. Right, get her out of here. Get her out. Get her out. So I have to tell you, the first time it happened, it was a real bad dude. He was rough, he was tough, and he's starting to punch people, and he's screaming. He had a voice like Pavarotti. The guy's voice was unbelievable, and I saw it happening over in a corner, and he was a rough guy, and he was punching, and we had some people, some rough guys like we have right in here, and they started punching back. It was a beautiful thing. I mean, they started punching back. And this guy was so aggressive and such a terrible guy, and he was hurting people. And these guys punched back, and then the police came, and they took care of it. And the next day, it was a story how rough we were, how terrible it was. And let me tell you, we can't let this stuff happen anymore, folks. We have to be treated fairly also. We have to be treated fairly. You know, it's funny. When I speak up and I say, get him out, they say, oh, Trump is too rough. When I say, be careful, don't hurt him, don't hurt him, then they say, Trump has gotten a lot weaker. What's wrong with Trump, right? So here's what happens. Here's what happens. You ready for the final? Yeah, get her out. I don't know why, but I love it. Am I crazy? I love this. I love it. Who are these people? Where do they come from? So folks, the bottom line, we're going to keep our companies. When people cheat us with monetary and currency manipulation, we're going to fight back. We're going to charge them. We're not going to be a country that allows our jobs to be taken anymore, folks. We're not going to be a country that allows our factories to be closed anymore. We're not going to take it anymore. All right? So here's the story. We don't win anymore. We don't win anymore. We don't win with the military. We can't beat ISIS. We don't win at trade. China, Mexico, Vietnam, that's a new one, India, Japan. They all take advantage of us. I will say this, these police are working hard tonight, right? They're working hard. They're great. They're great. Most underappreciated people. And our veterans are underappreciated. Veterans for Trump. Veterans for Trump. Let me have that sign. Let me have that. Get me that sign. I love that. Is your husband a veteran? Are you a veteran? Let me have that sign. Veterans for Trump. We love it. So we're going to take care of our veterans, folks. We have to. They're not being treated properly, and that's the way. You want your sign back, or can I have it professionally? I love this sign. I never saw this one. I love it. Okay. Let me ask you a question. When you go back home, are you energized or what? Are you going to sleep tonight? One of the commentators asked, who's back there right now, said to me, Mr. Trump, do you sleep at night? Who can sleep after you do this? This is like incredible. You know, it's like an incredible feeling. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling because we have the greatest people in the world, but we don't have the great leadership. When we match up our leadership and our talent, and you have people that know what they're doing, this country is going to go to a level that it's never been before. I mean that. It's never been before. So we have people, and I don't know if I get credit for it, and I don't think I do. The fact that I self-fund, so I put in probably around $30 million, which, by the way, is less than all these other guys. You know, I'm in first place. CNN came out with a poll the other day. Trump, 49. The other guys, 15, 14. Don't we love that? Isn't that? And they spent far more than I did. I'll give you an example. In education, right? Education. How important is education? So the top 30, we're the worst of the top 30. We spend the most per pupil by far. Second is not even in the ball game. So we're the worst. We're going to turn it around, folks. Bye-bye. It's very strategic. Do you ever notice it's always like one person? Can't we have a little more action than this? Goodbye, darling. It's unbelievable. So you have Norway, you have Denmark, you have Sweden, you have China. They're the best in terms of world education. We're at the bottom of the pack. We're number 30 out of 30. We spend the most per pupil. It's not going to happen that way anymore, folks. We're going to get, you know, we talk about the American dream. And I say now, because so many people have told me, the American dream is dead. But I'm going to make it bigger and better and stronger than ever before. Ever. And you know, one of the questions asked, they always talk about the military. We had great generals, General Douglas MacArthur, General George Patton. You know how long ISIS would be around if we had General Patton? Would you say, what, 24 hours? Maybe less? He said no less. No, we fight gentle wars now. We fight gentle wars. And we stay within the boundaries of the law. Can you imagine these people, what they would do to us if they could? Do you think they read the laws? They say, oh, we can't do that. That's not within the law. Who are these people? I mean, where do they come from? Where do they come from? So we're going to always stay, of course we're going to stay within the law, but we're going to do it right. We're going to do it right. And one of the things I love about this area, one of the things I really love is the military component, because we have such, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'll tell you what we have to do with our military. We have great people. We need great leaders. We have great leaders. You know, I know West Point, Annapolis, the Air Force Academy, these great places. We have George Pattons. We have General MacArthur's. We have to find them. We have to find them. And we have to buy the kind of equipment that they need, not stuff that's delivered that you don't want. But we deliver it because that company has political muscle with the guys that I'm with up here on the stage. Because that's what's happening. We buy equipment that we don't want because some companies have political muscle. No more, folks. Not going to happen. We're going to get the stuff we want. We're going to get the stuff we want. So we're going to have a situation where we're going to go to bid on so many things. We're going to balance our budget. You know, our budget is a mess. Did you see the omnibus plan 8 years ago? 8 weeks ago, they signed a budget that is so bad. Funds ISIS, funds Obamacare, funds Syrians coming in, funds Syrians coming in. And we don't know. Are they ISIS? We don't know. You know what? We have a migration. We got to work on it. I want to get the Gulf states to pay for it. They're not spending money. They have more money than anybody. We'll lead it. We'll lead it. We're very good. But we're not going to use our money anymore. We can't. We can't. We're not using our money. We're not going to make deals like the Iran deal anymore. $150 billion, and we get nothing. We're not doing it anymore. We can't allow the Syrians in as much as you feel that we should. And by the way, the migration, did you ever notice? You look at this migration and you say, how come there are so few women and children, right? You ever see that? They're strong men. You say, why aren't they back there fighting for their country? And why are we letting them come into this country? We don't know who they are, where they come from. There's no paperwork. You saw what happened with the woman who was married, got married, probably radicalized. The young man, they get married, they go in, they kill 14 people. Everyone's saying, what happened? Look at what happened in Paris. 130 people killed. Many people right now in the hospital, going to, in many cases, die, will be destroyed for life. They walk in, let me tell you, they walk in, boom, boom, boom. 130 people dead. Many people gravely injured. And you know what? Paris has the toughest gun laws in the world, folks. France has the toughest gun laws in the world. The bad guys have whatever they want. But the people obey the laws. They don't have guns. If you would have had guns, if you in the red shirt with that beautiful logo on, USMC, right? Right? USMC. If that guy was in the room and he had a gun on his ankle or a gun at his waist, and you had a couple of others, you wouldn't have had the problem, folks. Let me tell you, we have to protect our Second Amendment. We have to. We have to protect our Second Amendment. You know, they're chipping away at your Second Amendment. Now they're talking about bullets. They'll try and do it with bullets, or they'll try and do it with the magazines. And these people, they don't understand. They don't understand what's going on. And we have a mental health problem, and we have to solve mental health problems. But we have to protect our Second Amendment. And all you have to do is look at what happened in California, look at what happened in Paris. If bullets were flying in the opposite direction, believe me, it would have been a much better situation and probably wouldn't have happened at all. So we have a very important election. We've been doing really well. It's been going amazingly well. And hopefully, we're going to have results that are incredible. North Carolina is going to be very important. It's next Tuesday. And I guess you can vote early. I think you can vote early. I'm sure you can vote early. Then go out and vote. And don't forget, you made the pledge, and it was a pledge. They'll probably report something else tonight. They'll say, oh, that was so terrible, so terrible. But you made the pledge. So look, if you can vote early, that's a good thing. But we have to do something. Oh, that's okay. He's a quiet one. He's a quiet one. Who is it? Who is the protester? Get out of here. Out. 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 You know, they all look like spoiled kids, too. They look like spoiled people. Say hello to Mom and Dad. Are Mom and Dad supporting me? I think his mother and father are here supporting me. All right. Goodbye. So important that you go out on Tuesday or sooner and vote. Because I've always had a special relationship with North Carolina. That's why I have property here. And it's a special place. But let me just tell you, that's all right, don't worry. Let me just tell you, we have a country that loses at everything. We don't win anymore. We're going to start winning again, big league. We're going to win with our military. We're going to knock the hell out of ISIS, by the way. We're going to win with our military. We're going to win with our vets because we're going to take care of our great vets. We're going to win at the border. We're going to build the wall, and we're not going to have any problems. We're going to make sure it's done. And by the way, Mexico is going to pay for the wall, as sure as you're standing here. We're going to win at education, and we're bringing it back locally. We're getting rid of Common Core. We're getting rid of our horrible Obamacare, which is costing people fortunes and doesn't work. We're going to win a trade. We're going to win a trade. We're no longer going to be the stupid country. We're no longer going to be a country that truly doesn't know what it's doing because we have incompetent leadership. We're going to be the brilliant country, not the smart country. We're going to be the brilliant country. We're going to be a country now that's going to bring jobs our way. For 40 years, the jobs have been going in the wrong direction. We're going to be bringing jobs our way, going to bring them back. And we're going to bring them to North Carolina, I can tell you that. But we're going to bring jobs back. And you know what's going to happen? And I say this, and I have fun with it, and I'll say it, but it is a lot of truth to it. We're going to win so much. We're going to win. We're going to win with our military. We're going to win with trade. We're going to win with everything. We're going to win so much that you're going to say, Mr. President, we're winning too much. It's too much. We can't stand it. Please, let's lose a little bit. I'll say, no way. We're going to keep winning. We're going to make America great again. You're going to love your president. You're going to love you're going to love North Carolina, but you're going to love your president. And you are going to say to yourself that evening when we stood together as a group, that was one of the most important evenings of your life. And on Tuesday or before, when you vote, you're going to say that was the most important vote you ever gave. I love you, North Carolina. Get out and vote. We're going to win. We're going to make America great again. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you.